on a very smooth Friday morning and also Friday evening in the UK. It's the Teddy Bear, and welcome to Night Tracks Radio. And on behalf of everyone tuning in and allowing the Teddy Bear to tune out all the negativity, my goodness, I first became familiar with this very talented artist in 2008 with her album Black Rose, one of my two favorite songs from that album. Sweetest Days and Broken Again. And she has returned with her new album, Back in Love, 11 tracks, a kaleidoscope of musical therapy. Lord have mercy. It is my pleasure to welcome to Night Tracks the super talented Hill Street Soul. My queen, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you so much for that lovely introduction. That's
Oh,
yeah, amazing. Love
it
it.
was it,
Kaleidoscope of music, wonderful.
yes, Lord. I'm gonna tell you something. We have missed you, young lady. You just 1 minute you're here and you just disappeared, and now you have returned. You've brought back some fantastic music, and I'm gonna tell you something. One of my two favorite tracks from the new album, Back in Love, In My Groove, and King.
Oh, okay.
your
Okay.
yes, your head is worthy of a
Yeah,
crown. Lord have mercy.
absolutely. I'm glad that you love that song because that's actually my favorite as well. So yeah, that's good to hear that you're liking that one.
Oh yeah, you did it to, so I gotta ask, and everybody wants to know what happened. What took you so long to come back with a new album?
Oh wow, even though it looks or might seem like I kind of just disappeared off the face of the earth, I was actually, I was in the background doing a lot of, still recording and that kind of thing. But in terms of like since the last album, which came out in 2009, I believe, the Black Rose one, it
Yes.
was just a case of I just kind of went away just to try and get some musical inspiration, really. And I was just trying to find I was just trying to find, get my groove back as well and just get into that whole kind of writing and just trying to find, things to talk about. So I was doing life really, but even though I kind of went away, I really didn't because I was still recording. I'm always recording, always creating, and I was just doing a lot of collaborations with various different people, like did some soulful house stuff, and just working on different ideas. So I was there in the background, but yeah, so it does feel like I just kind of went MIA, but I was around.
Because everywhere I look, when people say, "Wow, what happened to Hill Street?" So, and I said, "Wait a minute." I hear a
Oh,
few
wow.
things here and there, and then all of a sudden, you come back not
Boom.
only with a new album, not
Oh,
only with a new album, family, she comes back with a new Christmas song. Yes, Lord.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah. Happy Thanksgiving,
Chris.
by the way, you guys, because I know you were celebrating Thanksgiving yesterday. So, yeah. So basically, you know what happened? That after I'd finished recording the album, the producer that I was working with, Lorenzo Johnson, was like, Hill, what about, have you ever thought about doing a Christmas song? And I thought, actually, I've never done a Christmas song. So we kind of thought, well, let's give it a go. So I had a little bit of time in between. So we just literally came up with that in a space of maybe like, it was all done in a space of 2 weeks anyway. He kind of came up with the track, came up with the chorus idea, and then I went away, came up with my verse idea, sorry. Uh, and then that was it. The song was done. So and it was such great fun and obviously something that I've never done before. So I'm pleased that I've actually gotten around to doing a Christmas song.
Well, it sounds wonderful. And your
Thank
music,
you.
oh, my pleasure. Your music always brings such high expectations, but I want to speak to the person, the creative aspect and the creative
Right.
person of Hill Street. So, how do you think you did overall with the new album?
I think I was really pleased with the overall kind of body of work when it was completed because this has been working. I would say yeah, because I've been doing the album really since 2000, I think it was 2020, because what happened was I didn't really have like an album in mind, or concept or anything like that, but I just remember obviously when the whole world shut down because of the pandemic, and
Right.
at that time I just released One Life with the producer Reggie Myrix, and it was intended for his project actually, so he was working it at radio, and then it just kind of just took off, and off the back of that, that kind of just I suppose was the catalyst for doing the album. So from there, the label that I was dealing with at the moment, Shaniki Randall is the general manager, was like, okay, Hill, how do you feel about doing the Ohio players Heaven Must Be Like This? And I was like, not sure, because I'm always a little bit tentative when it comes to doing covers, because you're always expecting like criticism or whatever, because it's very difficult to try and better the original. But I always go in it with my head like, okay, I'm just going to do me. And basically, the producer sent the track over, who's Prince Damon's, that works with Dwele. So he sent the track over, and I loved it because I thought, wow, this is like actually a really fresh take on the track. So we did that track, and it just, everything worked out fine. And then off the back of that, the label were like, well, we need another single now to work at radio. And this time I collaborated with Noel Gordine, who is somebody that I've been collaborating with since, like, I think 2014. I basically featured on one of his tracks for his album called No Worries. It was like a remix for the UK, and they asked for a female UK singer, and I was contacted and heard the song, loved it, put my vocals on it, and they loved it. So that went to radio and did its thing. So once that was done, the label were like, right, we need an album. So in all between this, I've been working on different song ideas, and so it really was like an organic process. But I think it's only until I heard the full body of work, and when I played it to several people, and they'd hear it and they were like, wow, this is amazing. And so I'm really proud with it, especially the fact that I've not done an album out rather, for just like under 14 years. So I'm very proud with how it's all turned out.
Without question. Now, here in the States, the album has actually been receptive very well. People are loving the album, loving it.
Wow.
But I gotta ask, in the UK, and I have a couple of good friends who live in the United Kingdom, and they've always been kind of
Okay.
a stickler with the press, saying, the press can be wankers at some time. And they say, how is it how has it been received in the UK?
Oh, so far it's been incredible, I've got to say. Yeah, no, it's been absolutely positive, glowing. I've not really heard anything bad yet.
Yeah.
But everybody that I've been getting so many people hitting me up on social media, just like fans, just saying, wow, loving the new record. DJs the same thing, and it's been getting an incredible response, I must say. So I'm really pleased about that, honestly, because for me personally, it's just because I've been away for so long, and a lot changes in the industry. So I just thought, you're just never sure. And the fact that it just feels like I've not really been away, and people are loving the new project. I'm just honestly really overwhelmed by it all, but very thankful as well.
Because you have so many supporters out there who have just wrapped themselves around your music and your voice. Like, I use the analogy like Linus's blanket. They've become comfortable, safe
Oh,
with your music, because your music comes across as very naturally organic. And I want to delve back into something that you said earlier about
sure.
experiencing life, taking a brief hiatus. We went through this pandemic. In some parts of the world, we're still going through this pandemic, and still people are still
Right.
reeling from that. What kind of introspective view did you take from your own personal life, personal experience during this time of the pandemic, and you've managed to incorporate it in your new
Um,
album, of course, Back in
I
Love?
think for me, I mean, that's primarily why I came up with the song One Life. Was at that time, that was exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking, gosh, life is so precious and is so short. And I think during that time, so much was going on, so much just like heavy, the whole kind of atmosphere was really heavy. There was a lot of sort of negativity and just this heavy weight really, and I wanted to do something to try and uplift people. And I kind of always try and do that through my music, even if I'm talking about, could be about a breakup. I always try and have like a positive spin on it, or at least even if it's maybe the subject matter might be a bit, a bit heavy, but the music is always going to be uplifting. But I think, for me, that was kind of like the time when I just, yeah, kind of like you've just really acknowledged the importance of enjoying life, really, because tomorrow isn't promised, as they say, so and so much was going on at the time. It was quite depressing. You turn the television on, the streets were quiet, or the places where people will go and listen to music, live music or whatever entertainment had shut down. So it was quite a surreal time, and I just felt like, yeah, it just kind of, I suppose, amplified the importance of, living life and making the most of life, because it is very short. So it's just trying to make the most of that, and having an impact on it as well in whatever way, shape or form. So that definitely is something that I took away from that whole experience.
Without question. And I want to go back in time in Doctor Who's time machine, so to speak.
Okay.
Black Rose album. How would
Yes.
you see yourself as far as being a songwriter right now, back from that time to where you are currently? How have you seen your songwriting improve?
Ooh. Definitely it's evolved. I think um my work, even if you look at it from the first album, Soul Organic, it's definitely like a process of evolution that I feel like I have gone through as a singer and a songwriter. I mean, I know for a fact that vocally my voice has really just become stronger. I think I'm just more self-assured because, believe it or not, with the first album, I was very new to the game and I felt like, a rabbit caught in headlights. So I was a little bit more kind of I wasn't so self-assured as an artist, but I do definitely know I am that now. I'm very confident in what I do, and in terms of just the message I want to get across in my music. So I do feel like I have evolved, as a songwriter and a singer, and I hopefully you can hear that in my work.
Oh, without question. I've had an opportunity to see you perform, unfortunately, only one time.
Oh wow, where
Oh,
was that?
oh yeah. We're talking about almost maybe 9 years ago. It's been that
That
long.
long.
It's been that
Wow.
long. Your stage presence and the theatrical presentation that you bring along with your vocals are incredible.
Oh, thank
And
you. Thank you
oh
so much.
my,
I appreciate it.
my pleasure. So I gotta ask, because a lot of us here in the States want to know, when are you going to start touring? Because 2023 is right around the corner. When are you going to bless us by coming back out here to the United States and performing?
Well, hopefully next year, to be honest with you. I do feel like now that I have got a whole project to share with everybody out there, I think, and it's really well, it's been really well received. So I'm hoping next year I will definitely pay a visit to those shores and just kind of like, yeah, basically do my thing and get to meet everybody and embrace the stage again. But yeah, it has been a while, because I think the last time I was in the States, I can't even remember. It must have been like 2000 and I don't even know, was it 2010 or
Yeah,
14 or thereabouts anyway? But yeah, it's been a while.
it's been a
But
while.
no, hopefully next year. Hopefully, I'm working on that as well. So I haven't got any specific dates at the moment, but definitely will be looking into doing something for sure.
Because I'm seeing all these UK artists that have, from Sam Smith, to who else, to Adele, and just a cornucopia of so many British artists that are coming over here, and they are dominating the
Oh,
charts. And
okay.
yeah, and but here's the thing: I'm not going to say an argument. We had somewhat of a disagreement. I said, one guy, a friend of mine said, "Well, Adele is this," and I said, "You know what? Adele is a good singer." I said, but man, it's something about Hillary. Hillary has
Oh,
something about her
I
vocals
appreciate that.
are incredible. For
Oh,
you,
thank you.
to me, you come across as a very, I'm not going to say introvert, but a combination of introvert, but also an extrovert. And I wanted to ask you,
Ah,
is it easier for you to communicate through your music through the listeners?
Definitely, yeah,
Okay.
absolutely, absolutely, yeah, without a doubt. You know, because all the like, you know, like social media, you know, like people, I'm always kind of like, I suppose, like one step behind, you know, just things like TikTok and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Um, for me, it's kind of like, yeah, that's definitely something that I'm not particularly great at. But I love performing live, and I feel that is when I come alive, and I feel like, you know, I mean, I do a lot of shows over here in the UK, and it's a different experience. It's kind of like, obviously, you know, when you're listening to, you know, your favorite artist on record, they sound great, but obviously when you do something live, I don't know, I just feel like it's just a better way for me to connect with my listeners, and you know, and I always get this amazing, overwhelming experience when I do perform live. So most definitely, yeah, I think your description is probably very true. Even though I'm not as introvert as people think I am, it's just because I'm not very sociable on social media. You probably don't get to see the other crazy side of me, but there definitely is a crazy side to Hill. So
Well, as you say, quote unquote, the crazy side. I mean, seeing that in a live
I'm fun
performance,
loving, you know, I like doing regular things like everyone else. I love going out. I love, you know, partying. I love like going to shows and that kind of thing. So you know, I like it. I like, you know, going out and having fun. But I think it's just because people don't necessarily see it so much on social media. Probably think I'm probably at home knitting or something. But no, that's far from my personality.
you know, it's amazing when you started. Basically, social media was just in its inception at that time. Nobody was doing that.
Absolutely, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, no, you know, everybody was still going to record stores, especially out here in the States. Then all of a sudden, the record stores started disappearing, and social media from Twitter to Instagram to Facebook and now TikTok, everybody
Yeah.
wants a piece of who you are. And I wanted to ask you, I don't like to use the term fans because fans seem so generic. Supporters,
Yes.
they have been with you from the beginning and they are still here. What has it been like for you to know that you have received so much love, so much compassion, even when times we
Wow.
didn't hear from you? What has it been like to have that level of support over the years?
Honestly, in all honesty, it's been overwhelming because I think, and even more so now, just sort of like in terms of how people have responded to this record, it's been kind of like I'm really humbled by it because, you know, sometimes you just think, oh, people, you know, forgotten about you because it's been a while, and you know, there's a lot of music, great music out there, great artists, so you just kind of, you know, think, oh, you know, you wonder if anybody's actually, you know, gonna remember you and stuff. But the fact that, yeah, people have responded how they have, it's been incredible, and I, you know, honestly can't believe the amount of love that I've received and the project has, you know, has received as well. It's just amazing. I can't even put it into words. It's yeah, I really honestly cannot, I cannot sort of emphasize it enough. But yeah, I'm so touched by it all.
I think a lot of times what goes under the radar is that people don't realize as artists are human beings too. They have
Yes.
feelings and they go through their different ebbs and flows. But to be appreciated for what you do, how gratifying is that for you as an artist?
It's honestly, it's incredible because, you know, you can't take it for granted. Like I said, the, you know, the industry's changed, the landscape's changed, you know, so many artists, some people, you know, have come and gone. So for me personally, to be here still making the music that I love and people still wanting to hear it is, honestly, I just can't even describe it. It's just incredible. I'm so humbled and touched by it all. So and it just, you know, it does feel good because it you know, it's like, oh, at least, you know, you feel like you're doing something right. And the fact that my music has stood the test of time, because when I sort of started in the music industry, that was actually my aim, was I wanted to make music that would stand the test of time. Just as, you know, I kind of listened to a lot of old school artists that I grew up listening to just from listening to my dad's collection. And, you know, in terms of, I still listen to them now, and it's incredible when music can last, you know, has that kind of longevity. So for me to kind of have that, you know, appreciation from my listeners and, you know, people and my supporters, it is honestly amazing. Can't thank them enough. I really can't.
Well, my love, you are simply amazing yourself.
Oh, thank you.
And speaking of simply amazing, family, be sure to get the new album. It is available as we speak. Back in Love, and also Hill Street has also blessed us with a new hit Christmas single called Christmas with You. Lord have
Yeah.
mercy. And that's available as we speak too. And to get all the pertinent information, you can also subscribe and they actually do better. Follow, support her on Instagram. That's at Instagram.com/ Hill Street Soul. So what concerts do you have come upcoming in New York? And not in New York, I'm sorry, in the UK, because hey, if we have to come over there to see you perform, we'll do it.
I mean, to be honest with you, because it's kind of we're coming up to the whole Christmas period, things are sort of quietening down a little bit. But I do have a show next year, a venue called the Boysdale, which is sort of in the heart of the city of London, Canary Wharf. And that will be on the 24th of March. And I'm also working on some other dates, so hopefully I'll be doing like some more dates next year as well. It's at the moment just obviously working on promoting the album and working on some dates behind the scenes. But in terms of just a definitive date, it's the 24th of March next year.
Man, we gotta wait. Patience is a virtue, family. Oh,
Patience is a virtue, but I'm coming. Don't you worry. I'll be there.
gotta send out some love to Lawrence Edit. Thank you, my friend, for appreciating the interview. I've been waiting a long time to have this very talented artist on the show again. She had me at Smile. She's here. She has a beautiful smile, as you can see.
Oh,
Watch,
bless you. Thank you so
oh my
much.
goodness. And again, family, the new album, Back in Love, is available as we speak. Make sure that you go out and get it. My love, first of all, I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule and joining the Teddy Bear today. And whatever you
Oh, it's
need,
been a pleasure.
whatever
Absolute
you
pleasure.
need, oh, my pleasure is truly mine. Whatever you need, please do not hesitate to let us know. And hopefully in 2023, maybe in mid part of the year, you'll come out here to Houston. We would love to see you perform, especially at the House of Blues. We would definitely come down.
Oh, okay.
See, there you go. I'm giving you a segue
You
now.
give me a lead, so I need to follow that up, definitely.
Much continued success. Stay safe and have a fantastic Christmas. Okay.
Thank you so much. And the same to you and yours.
My pleasure. The super talented Hill Street Soul here on Night Tracks Radio. My goodness, I've been waiting a long time to have that very talented artist. Isn't she captivating, family? Yes, Lord. And that smile will kill you all the time. Again, remember to get that new album, Back in Love, available on all digital outlets, Amazon, Deezer. What else? We got Spotify. You name it, go look. Let your fingers do the walking. Find the album. And also, she has a new hit Christmas single called Christmas with You. So go out and get it. There's a lot of people to thank. It has been a fantastic year. Again, been gone for what? I can't believe it's been over 2 years that I'm gone. And it's been such a wonderful, receptive period. I love the supporters. You guys have been riding with me for almost close to 11 years. I took a 2-year hiatus. I've returned doing these Facebook Live interviews and also on YouTube. They have been incredible on a whole nother level. Thank you so much for the love and support. I've missed all of you just as much as you've missed me. It is a beautiful experience to be back with you. Without you, there's no Teddy Bear. There's definitely no Night Tracks Radio, and definitely from its inception, LOTL The Zone. It's definitely been a beautiful experience. But hey, to get all the latest updates, let your fingers do the walking. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Yeah, we have a YouTube channel. You can see the interview in its entirety. That's at youtube.com/Night Tracks Radio Podcast. That's Night Tracks with 2 X's at the end, like Xavier, like Dr. Xavier, right? From the X-Men, but 2 X's. And you also can follow us on TikTok. That's at TikTok at LOTL Radio, and also on Twitter at LOTL Radio. And last but not least, on Instagram. That's at Instagram.com/LOTL the Comfort Zone Radio, and Mindful Bar. And on Facebook, yeah, you have to subscribe on our Facebook page. That's at facebook.com/LOTL Radio, The Zone. I hope everyone had a fantastic Thanksgiving. Hopefully not too much turkey involved and stuff, but hey, we all got to eat. Christmas is right around the corner. So thankfully, so blessed. I want to thank all the many supporters again. I want everyone to have a fantabulous weekend. And as in always, keep it soulful here on Night Traxx Radio. Lord have mercy.